everyone, we are making Swiss or chocolate Swiss roll today. I'm joined today by my lovely mum Karen. She's not been in the kitchen with me for a while, so we thought we'd do a bit of a double act. So mum's on the cup of tea at the moment.
I am on the cup of tea. I've had a busy morning fighting the traffic.
I'm on the gin and tonic today. Although I do think for a roulade, a cup of tea is probably the perfect choice.
Yeah, but I've got a gin and tonic as well.
Well, that's thinking in advance, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, depends how it goes.
So we're going to do the thumbs up system again. So we'll do a few steps and then we'll ask you how you're doing. We'll ask for a thumbs up. We know that you're busy mixing. I know I asked way too much of you, but if you can give us a thumbs up just so we take it at the right pace. This one is a little bit of a technical challenge. As the bake-off started, I thought, why not? So it's also something that you guys have requested before. So if I give you what you'll need oven-wise, you're going to need temperatures of 170 for fan, 180 for conventional, and gas mark 4.
That's our oven on.
Yeah. Good point. Mustard on. Well done, Mr. Boozy Baker. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of an overview before we do all the steps. But if you've measured out, that's great. If you haven't, don't worry. But we're going to do this in 3 parts. We're going to split our eggs and we're going to use the yolks and some ingredients in one bowl, the egg whites whisked up with some sugar in another bowl, and some dry ingredients. So if it looks like I've missed a step, hopefully mum's here, she won't let me, but there is going to be different ingredients in each bowl, and then we're going to combine them really carefully, because ultimately with a Swiss roll you are baking a very thin layer of cake, so we don't want it to be rubbery and we need it to be light and airy. So those are the key things with this recipe.
Kirsty's asked, can we use a mixer?
Of course.
Absolutely. So I did put an electric whisk down on the details. You are going to need an electric whisk or a machine with a whisk attachment to do your egg whites.
Or a very strong arm.
I haven't got
Erin has.
Erin has, and we've got to whisk the cream up later. So if we struggle, we might have to get Erin. Yeah. So. Are we good to go?
Yeah, we've just got Jill who says, how do you make a Swiss roll? Push him down the hill.
Right. I've got loads of bowls. I've probably gone a bit over the top with them, to be honest. But right. So first of all, let's start with a tin. Actually, Swiss roll tin looks rather like a baking tray, but slightly narrower. And we've just lined that with some parchment. I've greased the tray and then stuck my parchment inside of it. Because we do not want the cake to stick at all.
Do you need to grease this?
No, yeah, I was just going to say that actually. Mr. Boozy Baker, can I have a pastry brush, please, with some butter on it? Because in fact, I've got a little bit of butter, so don't worry about that. I would advise that with your parchment, just put a bit more grease onto your paper, because you really don't want this to stick at all. It might seem a bit overkill, but believe me, I made one a while back, and as you rolled it, because it's such a thin, delicate layer of sponge, it just stuck to the parchment.
And it depends on your parchment. Think about my parchment that we use.
Yeah, you've got awful.
I know, awful parchment.
Right, so there we go. That's all greased. Now, I'm going to start. We need 2 bowls because we're going to separate the eggs. So yolks into one side and whites into the other. The best way I think to do this is, if you've got a plastic bowl, don't try and crack an egg with a plastic bowl. I'd use a spoon. You've got 4 eggs that we're doing. And I would, over one bowl, I crack the egg. If you're new to this, you could always do this with a mug or a little cereal bowl, and then if you get it wrong, you're not adding...
You've got scrambled eggs for tea.
Yeah, and you're not adding the wrong bits to the wrong
You
side.
can buy an egg separator.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas present?
Yeah, you can get an egg separator.
Oh.
I've never had one.
No.
But I do know you can get one. I like the challenge.
I did do this the other day and got it wrong, but I managed to fish it out again.
So when you do it on the fourth egg.
Leslie says she loves £1 parchment. I don't know if that's poundland parchment, but find it's the best for not sticking.
Yeah.
Well, mine, am I allowed to say any brand?
Yeah.
Oh, well, mine was Sainsbury's. And
I mean, we're not going to get anything free from them now, are we?
No. Did we ever get anything free? No, well, I didn't realise it was so
I know.
bad.
I've got to say, we changed from Sainsbury's as well because I found it stuck.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Oh, okay. Right, so don't
We get ours from caterers now, so.
Well, you're meant to be giving me some, but
I know. I will. You can have some. We'll order you some.
thank you.
Right. There's 2. Notice I get the messy messy tasks.
I'll do one if you want.
What if you ruin it though? Oh, the pressure.
Oh, no, I can't.
You can. No, go on now.
Okay, I will. Can I do it on the wine glass?
What? If you want it in your drink.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, you haven't done it yet. Don't speak too soon. Remember, it's egg whites in this one.
Oh,
no! See what she's like? I'll get it out. Don't worry. I'll get it out. Oh, the pressure got too much for her. Mr. Boozy Bakers is not reading your comments as he is holding his head in shame.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
This is one way, you see. If you do it badly, don't get invited back. Oh, no, that's gone really wrong.
It's gone really wrong, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, right, hang on. We're going to do scrambled egg for dinner.
I'll do that.
That's all you're getting now. Right, bear with us. Hopefully you have separated your eggs well. You might need to put that in another bowl because we're going to run out of bowls. So live TV, we do like to get it right. Oh, bless my mum, she is panicking and separating eggs like crazy.
Out of camera.
Just take them out of this.
You're stuck with me because I don't know. Mr. Boozy Bakers is making scrambled egg.
I'm back.
You're back. Don't worry.
It's the camera. It makes me nervous.
Oh, you got your other bowl there now.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, we're going to make so much money from you being framed.
Sorry, bowl.
No, that one I'll let you keep for a minute, I think. Can I have a tea towel, please, Mr. Boozy Baker? This one from over there would be lovely.
I hope nobody knows me that's watching. Right?
I'll do an outtakes of you, Mum. Oh, the pressure of the fourth one.
Oh, God. No, if I do it
Go on,
again.
where's the comments?
Well, Veronica says she totally mugged up her eggs too. So just sent hubby to the shop.
Yes!
Woohoo!
Now I'm on the gym.
The tea's gone straight out the window.
Right. Sorry about that.
Right, so
Maybe I'll let her do it. She's better than me.
so we've got the egg yolks in one and the egg whites now in another. So I'm going to set the egg whites aside whilst my mum drinks her gin and calms down. And to the egg yolks, I'm going to add 65 grams of brown sugar. So this is on the ingredients list. We're given 2 types of sugar. We're only using the brown sugar with the egg yolks. What are the comments coming through like?
No, there's a few people who've also had difficulty messing theirs up, and one of them was even Sarah was even using a separator.
Oh! Scrap that from the Christmas list then.
It's the heat. I think it's the heat.
Do you reckon? Just anything?
Atmospheric pressure in the kitchen.
Okie dokie. Right, just making a nice little pile of eggshells there. There we go. And then, so we've got 4 egg yolks, the 65 grams of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Would you like to whisk?
I can do that.
Okay. There you go. And you just need to give that a nice whisk. Mr. Boozy Baker is taking cover just in case. No, mine did.
Sue's whisker's broken. Did she use a stick blender?
Why not?
Yeah, or just a fork, to be honest, for this bit.
It's not. Yes. It's not difficult. I'm achieving it. There you go.
Right, excellent. So in this bowl, we've got the 4 egg yolks, the 65 grams of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. I reckon they won't want me on screen anymore. I think it'll all be about you now.
Well, Julie's saying that is why she bakes alone.
But
And Vicky says, how funny, winging a prayer. Looks fun, ladies. Your mum is hilarious.
right, I'm going to move on to the dry ingredients. So you're going to want 65 grams of plain flour, and I'm just going to pop that into the sieve over the bowl. And then I'm going to put with that 40 of cocoa. So for anyone that didn't want to do a chocolate one, you're going to want 40 of flour. But 40 of cocoa going in. And a teaspoon of baking powder. Thank you. There we go. Don't put, if you have got a chance to tidy up as you're going along, don't put away your cocoa yet, because you're going to need it a little bit later for sprinkling. I'll explain later, promise. So this is, I suppose this is where you get technical, because rather than throwing everything into a bowl, which I do love doing, you do need to do this in a bit of an order. There's a bit of a science to a Swiss roll to avoid it being rubbery.
And you want this to get air into it, don't you?
Yes, lots and lots and lots of air.
Yeah.
So everything's about whisking and sieving and just incorporating that air over and over
You
again.
should have done it from a high height.
I should have done. Yeah, up
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
I
got all
should
the
have
air
done. I missed that.
Mm.
So I'm just going to go through that again. In your wet bowl here is 4 egg yolks, 65 grams of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And in your dry bowl, you've got 65 grams of plain flour, 40 of cocoa, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
And your egg yolks
And then the egg yolks, thank you very much.
are there.
Still here, I haven't done anything with those yet. That is our next thing to do. Right. Oh, shall we get noisy?
If you want.
Oh, right. Electric whisks at the ready. What did we do with meringue? We've done lemon meringue pie, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mummy, you're sticking that.
In your hair, lovely. Nice mess. Right, so I'm going to explain first because it's going to get noisy. Need that.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. So we're going to whisk up the egg whites into soft peaks, and then I'm gradually going to add the 65 grams of caster sugar. Thank you. So I've got my 4 egg whites in here. I'm going to use the electric whisk to get it into nice soft peaks. And then I'm going to gradually add, whilst whisking, the 65 grams of caster sugar until they're nice, glossy, stiff peaks of meringue.
So just the sugar on the side at the moment.
Yeah, just going to whisk this into soft peaks.
Okay.
So I'm going to move that along so you can just see that.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
Interesting, you use a glass bowl.
Yeah.
I know it was partly to do with
Yes,
the
so
little
you
plastic.
can use plastic bowls, and I was originally going to,
Yeah.
but actually glass bowls are
I
really
prefer
good.
them, yeah.
Well, it doesn't pick up any grease.
Yeah.
So egg whites, the best way to treat egg whites is to avoid any grease. So metal and glass bowls are the best thing to use. But you can use other, but I quite like the noise of it.
I like
Hitting,
the noise.
yeah, I think, well, you probably taught me that. I quite like the whisk hitting against the side of the bowl. Bit weird like that. Right, so I'm going to show you the bowl. It's Soft. Well, I did do that on Erin's head, but I haven't whisked it that much at the moment, so I wasn't going to. But I like your faith in me. So soft meringues. It's, if I just put that in, there's no peaks. It's just kind of foamy at the moment. It is. Yeah, it'll just slide in the bowl at the moment, but you can see it's made up. What I'm going to do now is start adding the caster sugar bit by bit. Oh, sorry. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So if I show you now, you can see, I don't know if you can see the difference, but you can see the peaks on the end. It's holding its shape really nicely. I mean, we could try holding it above your head. No? Not
the way
for that.
things are going today.
No. So I'm going to give those a shake off there. Put it all in my pile of things to clean up later. There we go. So you should now have, or shortly have, a nice bowl of egg whites whisked up into a meringue. It's all right. It's my daughter falling down the stairs. It's one of those days today, I think. A bit of a family affair. Everyone's going to get involved in one accident or another. So. You right there, Erin? Yeah? It's okay. You're saying hello?
Hi, darling.
Got three generations of boozy bakers. Come on then, come and say hello.
Say hello.
Say
to
hi.
Karen.
Say hi. Right, we're making a Swiss roll. Are you going to have some later? Yeah?
Yep. Oh, I know.
Oh, she loves her Amma.
No, she only saw me yesterday.
Right, we're going to get baking,
Off
so
you go.
we'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
We're on our workshop. No. No. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Family life. Right, no. If you go and play, and I will bring something in later. Right. Okay. Mr. Boozy Bakers has gone. He is shoulders shaking, eyes closed, gone.
Fortunately, there's no comments coming through.
They're all in the shop.
Everybody just switched off.
Have we got anyone watching us anymore?
I thought this was a professional baking workshop.
So,
If this doesn't get us to 1,000 subscribers on
Yes.
YouTube.
yes, I don't know what will. Right, so
Right.
in front of us, we've now got the wet ingredients. So yolks, brown sugar, vanilla.
Oh, look, it's
You've
separated.
got your wet dry ingredients of flour, cocoa and baking powder. And you've got your egg whites.
Sheila's saying hers hasn't gone into soft peaks.
Oh. Sometimes it's because you put the sugar in too quickly. You might need to keep whisking it a bit more.
Do you reckon? Yeah, so put your whisk on a high speed
Just
and
zap
keep
it
going
on.
and see where you get to. Now, the only ingredients left is the melted butter, which is 60 grams of that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on top of my dry ingredients, I'm going to add my wet ingredients. Not going to mix it yet. I'm just going to pour it on top. That's that.
The last time I made
There we go.
one of these was at school.
Yeah, someone else said that the last one they made was at school.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those rites of passage in home ec or something.
Yeah.
Right, and then with my wet ingredients, now I'm going to add my 60 grams of melted butter.
Now, if people haven't melted their butter, it might be hot, so they need to be careful if they're just going to quickly.
Yeah, if you're going to do it in the microwave now, just put it on for 30 seconds. And if you've got bits left, just
mix it in.
yeah, mix it in. Don't put it in for longer.
Because you don't really want it going in hot.
You don't want it hot particularly, no. Right, I'm going to get a larger spoon and I'm just going to mix that together. Now, the reason we use melted butter, if anyone is interested in the science behind it, is melted butter provides more moisture. It helps just to keep it very, very moist. Same with brown sugar. So that is the trick of the Swiss roll, is to keep the moisture in it, and then by separating the eggs, the yolk again gives that moistness, and the egg whites, because we put all that air in, is going to make it nice and light and fluffy.
That looks really rich, doesn't
It does look really rich. I'm going to show this to the camera.
Yeah, looks like
In fact, if I hold it,
looks like some expensive chocolate.
it does. That is really dark, very thick, almost like a cookie dough type batter. Yeah. So that's what you're looking for, and then you've still got your egg whites on the side. So how are we doing? Is everyone about there?
If they can give us some thumbs up, won't they?
Having a good mix.
Oh, I just saw a bit of flour, not that really makes any difference. Oh, it smells good.
Like that.
Might be because I'm hungry.
Well, it won't take too long to make this. That's the good thing. It's going to be ready for your tea time treats. Excellent. Right. Trick with the egg whites. I learned this in home ec.
Did you?
Yes.
I was going to say from me.
I learned so much more from you though.
Oh, yes.
So take a bit of your egg white, not all of it, and put it in to your mixture. Now the reason for doing this is, it's, as I said, it's almost like a cookie dough, and we want to keep the egg white filled with air. So we've got to do this really gently. And I think because it's such a thick dough, you're going to lose that if you put the egg white in all at once.
Yeah.
You'll
beat the air out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're just going to sacrifice a little bit with a bit of a heavier mix up, just to loosen it before we add all the rest.
Yeah. Good tip.
Yeah. Now, in all honesty, my mum is a major factor to me my love of baking. Because you a lot. I do remember you used to bake fairy cakes with some sultanas, and they used to cool them by the kitchen door, and there'd probably be like at least 12 of them, and by the time we got home from school, and like you'd probably just, I don't know, put your bag down, they were gone. We would just eat them all. It's like a little hand come around the doorway.
My sister was the worst. Hope you're not watching. She used to pinch the raisins out of the sultanas, of the ones that my mum made.
So if I show you, it's still, it's hard to show you, it's still heavy, but you can see it's now falling from the spoon. So I will say, put the egg whites inside of this, but the key thing you've got to try and do, and I know it seems like it's asking a lot, is to try and fold the mix. Don't stir it. You want to fold it like you're tucking, think of it like a duvet that you're trying to tuck round or something. Yeah. You've got to fold it around. Don't worry if you still have little bits of white, and it doesn't have to be completely combined. But you do want to keep it as light as possible.
Need a spatula for that.
We do. Mr. Boozy Baker, would you mind providing us with one? Thank you.
Thank you.
And actually, again, both me and my brother were really into cooking. And my brother was on Junior MasterChef when he was 11. And you really helped him with that, and helped support him with choosing meals and things. So cooking's always been a really big part of our lives.
You can tell from my stomach.
Right, talk about yours. Right, so all my egg whites are on top of that mix, and I was trying to show you, but I'm just trying to fold it over. It looks like Mission Impossible to start off with, but it will get easier. I might just clean my spoon up from the mix a bit. It does stick quite a bit. How's everyone else getting on? Or are they all busy?
It's gone very quiet at the moment.
I think they're probably concentrating.
We have asked a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a tricky one here, not to knock the air out.
No, I know, it is.
It's such a solid chocolate base, isn't it?
It is.
You have to see it
Getting thumbs
mixing.
up.
Yeah, just have to just take it a bit slowly, don't you?
You do. Nice, slow movements. I mean, the pressure to do this live and
I thought she was
with a
mad.
technical challenge
Yeah. Haven't got to the
is a bit
difficult bit
daunting.
yet.
No, we haven't got to the
We couldn't even
rolling.
get to the separated bits.
We'll get there.
We will.
So just keep folding. Keep folding. Sound like Dory, keep on swimming, keep on swimming.
You what?
Just me. Right. Just keep scraping this spoon down so I don't get all the heavier mixture sticking to it.
Maureen's saying it's getting there.
Yeah, it does take a while. It's a particularly heavy chocolate base.
I have to say, I think I might have been tempted to get a knife and just chop it into bits. On reflection, now.
Which bit?
But the chocolate bit, as you started, just to break it up.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. Just an idea. Bit late now, isn't it?
It is a bit late now. No, it's all good. It's
When I make
happening.
mine, I'll try it.
Okay. Right.
Can you show the bolts?
Yeah. So you should have a much looser, airy mixture now. What I'll do is I will. Can we pop that aside if that's all right? And I will try and move things out the way so you can see me popping this. I might use that spatula a second. Thank you. So you can see us putting it into the tray. In fact, let's do it just by spatula, I think.
Yeah.
Is the best thing to do.
Lindsay's having an egg disaster, so now whisking by hand might be a while.
Oh no! Let's go and borrow one from a neighbour. Right. I pour.
You can actually buy a whisk really cheaply, can't you? I was surprised.
Yeah,
Something like Asda, about £8.
I don't think I'd want to do egg whisking for meringue by hand. Although I read a story and I can't remember which famous person it was, but they were catering for quite a well-to-do event and they didn't have electric whiskers and she got everyone beating the meringues by hand.
Whiskers. Electric whiskers.
It's a new brand of them. Electric. The cats are annoyed.
8 out of 10 chefs love them.
Right, so I'm just going to spread this. It is ever so thin, so don't be surprised that it's like a thin layer that you're doing. And I'm just going to very carefully spread it around the tray.
Julie got your comment about just keep swimming.
Oh, thank
An
you.
emoji of Doreen.
Ah, Finding Nemo.
Oh, right.
We've put all the mixture in. I'm going to put that in the oven for 10 minutes, please, Mr. Boozy Baker.
Repeat the temperature.
Yeah, I'll do all of that. I just want ours in so I can get it out and show you. So you need to preheat your oven to 170 fan, 180 for conventional or gas mark 4. And then you bake the roulade for 10 minutes. Now we're not going anywhere. We're going to wait. We've got other things that we need to be doing. And it's only a quick time to cool it down and then we can roll it. So
We've got a timer on.
we've got a timer on, yes we have. Yeah. Excellent. So if you can get another piece of parchment, it needs to be bigger or longer, only slightly, than the one your Swiss roll is on. Have you noticed how I'm swapping between roulade and Swiss roll?
Because it's a Swiss roll tin.
So, but do you know what the difference is?
No.
No. So a Swiss roll is a roulade, but a roulade is not only a Swiss roll, because a roulade can be vegetarian, it can be savoury,
Yes,
it can be all
yes,
sorts.
yes.
But a Swiss roll is a type of roulade, but a roulade covers more than a Swiss roll.
Oh, but I thought a roulade is the one with the egg in it, the whipped
Well, we have.
The egg white, yes, but I didn't think a Swiss roll did. I thought a Swiss roll was just a sponge, and then you rolled just an ordinary, like a Victoria Sandwich
Yeah,
sponge.
well, I used to do that, but it comes out quite rubbery.
Yeah.
But it's actually, the roulade is all of them,
Oh.
and then it's how you make it. It's like, that's the method.
Oh.
If I'm wrong, please do let me know. But I was researching it the other day because I was like, oh, what's the difference?
I see.
So-
Far more than a baking workshop.
No, I know.
And what does roulade mean in French then? Because it must be a French
I'd have said rolled.
roll. Yeah, I'd have said so.
But again, we could be wrong, so feel free to correct us. Right, so you could use a sieve to do this, which is probably a very good idea. You just want to get a couple of tablespoons of cocoa powder and just try to sprinkle it over your parchment paper. I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a... Cocoa powder seems to stick so much,
does.
doesn't it?
Yeah. And you wouldn't put it in one of those kind of shaker things, would you?
No, as you could do.
Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah, another Christmas present idea. Shaker.
What? The shaker.
Yeah.
I've got one actually somewhere.
I haven't. I've never had one.
I don't know where it is. Don't you?
We don't need one of those. Mr. Boozy Bakers, bless him, has just thought I've got to cool it onto a rack. We don't need a rack because what we're going to do, I'm just going to show you once I've doused this in cocoa. There we go. And what we're going to do is when that timer beeps, we're going to get our Swiss roll and live, it's not going to go horribly wrong at all,
No.
we're going to invert it onto our parchment paper here. So yeah, basically we're just going to tip it and hope it lands flat onto this parchment paper, and then we're going to carefully take off the parchment paper it was baked on, and then whilst it's still warm, no cream involved, we're just going to lightly roll it, and we're going to kind of train our sponge cake that it needs to roll. Don't worry, I'm going to go through this all again, and then I'm going to let it unroll for a minute and cool whilst we do the cream. So as I said, it is a bit more of a technical one, this, but we'll be fine, and I can't wait to see all the Swiss rolls if you can take photos of your finished products, that'd be brilliant.
Kirsty's had a rookie fail. The new tray specially bought does not fit into the oven, so just have to lift and
Oh,
transfer.
You know what?
no.
I have done that before. I bought some beautiful Denby ones, and they are too big for my current ovens.
Oh, what a shame.
Lynn's got some cherry pie filling. Can you put it in the middle with the cream?
Yeah.
Oh, why have we not got any cherry pie filling?
Well, I've got some cherry jam, but then Mr. Busy Baker won't eat it.
Oh,
I
that
know.
doesn't matter, does it?
Sarah's used a tea strainer and got from Poundland to do that.
Oh, good idea.
And Lindsay's saying the eggs aren't working. Can I make this into a cake with cream filling?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when you say they're not working, if you've got frothy egg white that just won't stiffen, pop it all together.
Yeah.
Because as you were saying, a typical Swiss roll recipe,
Yeah, it doesn't have all
you can use it just with eggs together.
Yeah.
I find that this is lighter, but if you've had some results, just pop it all together.
It'll just make a sort of Swiss roll as we know it, rather than that bigger, fatter
Yeah.
roulade.
This is. I don't find this is too fat.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. I don't know what this one's going to be like.
No, I can
Typically-
see, I can see why you invited me to come along now.
Yeah, typically you do something live and it won't be anything like the one you made before. No.
Rachel, how about Nutella or any other chocolate spread?
Yeah, go for it.
And Joanna, what cream should I use for the middle of it?
So I use double cream. I've suggested about 250 ml of double cream. Ours is still in the fridge at the moment because I find that the best results on whipping it
When it's cold.
is when it's really cold.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do the washing up later.
So yeah, you can fill this with whatever you like, really. If you prefer to use a buttercream, you could do Nutella, jams, fresh strawberries. It's completely up to you. I've kept it quite traditional with just a cream.
It's a bit more decadent, isn't it?
Yeah, as Mr. Boozy Baker says, with your cream, when you've whipped it up, You could, if you wanted to, add a little bit of icing sugar and vanilla.
You know what you could add to it?
What?
Baileys.
Oh yeah, you could add a bit of Baileys. Yeah?
Mm.
You want to do that?
Couldn't we?
What about the children?
But they don't have to try it.
So this is going to be Mum's dessert. So yeah, make it your own by all means. I would love to see your photos when this is all done. We've literally got seconds, so
You
well
can smell
done.
it. It smells lovely, doesn't it?
I haven't got baking oven gloves.
Do we need something to put on here?
No, I'll be fine.
This is why I've got this.
Oh, I see. Mr. Boozy Baker was quite clever with that. Yeah, I see, because you need to transfer it to me. Now that's raised up a little bit more than usual, but hey ho. So you should have it that the top is kind of a light spring in it. It won't be much, but it's certainly done. My finger isn't falling through it. So wish me luck. At an angle, so you can see it, I'm going to invert this like that. Like that. Oh, that was worth it just for my mum's reaction. And then I'm going to peel off. In fact, I didn't even need to peel.
No,
So-
see, it was my tip about the greasing.
Yeah, it was actually. That's a really good one. So I've inverted it onto my new parchment paper, and I'm just going to... I'm actually going to keep it in the paper, but I'm just going to lightly roll it, just so it knows later what I want it to do. And I'm hoping it works again, but we'll see. I'll quickly tidy my table.
I've got lots of love for the Baileys idea.
Okay.
A lot of people doing that now, by the looks of it.
Should have bought shares in Bailey's.
There's a little tip Melanie had about for the eggs. Rub your glass bowl with a couple of drops of lemon juice, and then your egg whites won't go flat.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, it's also, I suppose, it's making sure
Gets
there's
rid
no
of the
fat
grease.
in it. Yeah, no grease in it.
Yeah.
I've covered myself in cocoa powder.
Well, and me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Or you could clean your bowl with vinegar. That also.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yes, I've actually seen meringues done with a little bit of vinegar in it.
Melanie's also using Biscoff spread added to the cream.
Nice. So you could do like a layer of like a spread
Yeah,
or a jam,
and the cream.
and then put the cream in it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, that's it rolled with the paper inside of it at the moment. I'm not going to leave this for very long. I'm going to unroll it because it's holding a lot of heat. Now I have seen various people do this various ways. So I've seen people that will leave this for hours to cool down naturally, and then they will unravel it and fill it. Other people have put kind of damp tea towels with it. There's a lot of different ways to try and stop it from cracking, make sure it bends. I find just a few minutes like this and then unroll it. Hopefully I've given it enough to remember that that's what it's got to do.
Getting some thumbs up, and Frances says, "Yeah, it worked." I'm hoping she's talking about her own.
Yeah,
Not
do
yours.
tell us how yours is going. So there's a bit of chatting we're going to have to do now. We're good at that,
We're
though.
good at that,
Whilst we wait for this, because we are going to keep going. There is a lot of heat in that. So I'm going to now unroll it. Oh, we've got one little tear, but I can deal with that. So I'm going to leave it. It's not going to go on a rack or anything. I'm just going to leave it on the side. And it won't take a long time to cool because it's such a thin layer. So we've just got to give it... I don't mind working with it when it's got such a tiny amount of warmth in it.
Just don't
But
want the
you can't have that
cream,
heat because, yeah, your cream's just going to melt everywhere.
yeah.
Of double cream. I suppose it depends how much cream you like in your Swiss roll.
Yeah.
Mr. Boozy Baker, I know I keep asking things of you, but could I have
The mix
a
about.
whisker, please? A whisker. I'm going to stop drinking gin. Whisk.
Go have to run out.
So, right, so I'm just going to whisk this up. You might have to take
I thought
over.
you were going to use the mixer.
Oh no, because I've used my whisks.
You could have used the meringue and it would have been
No,
fine.
we're gonna bit of workout time. We've got to
Workout.
justify eating the Swiss roll.
No, we definitely need Aaron.
I don't know if you. Which one was it on? I can't remember what workshop it was, but she whipped up the cream in a matter like that was it. She's like done. I can't remember which one it was, but
was
I've
really
never known
funny.
anything like it.
What did you buy it?
I don't know which one it was now.
If anyone watched it, please let us know.
It was funny though, wasn't it?
Edwina picked up the wrong size of cream, but going to add some jam too.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need to have a go.
1 second, and then
Tracy
yeah.
asked, could you put an ingredients and equipment list at the start of the YouTube videos? We do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, every one we do, we take what we've put in the. So when we list the events on Facebook, all that information is transferred onto the YouTube one as well. Well done. I know. She'd be so pleased with herself if she did it again, wouldn't she?
Wouldn't she?
So how's everyone's Swiss rolls looking?
Are they all trained?
Have they-
Quite a few people so they come out looking good. So and you said about how the heat is still in there.
Yeah.
We could have just done this during 10 minutes talking. You'll go. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was blue.
Sorry for all the noise, guys.
Oh, for goodness sake. Go, go, go.
It's going.
Is it?
I'm telling myself that.
Yeah.
You start to see a little trail of cream following the whisk. It's like, yes.
And it's sticking up the side.
Do you want to finish it off and claim that you did it?
Oh, yeah. Don't over whisk it.
No. That's looking quite good. Bit more. Yes. Well done. Excellently done. So it's now sticking to the whisk. So that's nice and ready. So one side's pretty good now. That side's done. That side's a little bit. Maybe I'll just do that.
Turn it round.
Just turn it round. I don't know why.
Nearer to the fridge.
And with that logic, that's really worrying. I'm going to tell you a story which is going to really embarrass you, but it was so
No.
funny. So we're having all the extension work done, and I said to my mum, "Do you like the new light switches?" And my mum went, "Yeah, really nice." I went, "What, have you seen them already?" And she went, "Oh, I thought you meant the imaginary ones." It's so funny. Now, I'm going to give you another suggestion. Now, if you look back at my photo of the Swiss roll, you'll see that there's a little bit of sponge running in it that isn't joined. Now, that's because I cut too deep. But on your Swiss roll, before you put any cream on it, if about an inch in, you score it, but not all the way through. Just score it with a knife, and this will help when you roll it for it to turn. So I've now gingerly done a little score. I might have not done enough, but the last time I definitely just chopped it in half. So we're so almost there, a little bit on that side, but I reckon we can get away with that.
I do too.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Are you doing it with a spoon, alright?
I have run out of spoons. We've run out of everything today. I've normally got a huge amount on the side, but I think we went through it all. Lovely, thank you. The other thing to say, when you're putting any filling in, don't fill it right to the edge, because as you roll it, it will move towards the outer edge. So I would finish about an inch before the end as well.
Now this is time to put the Baileys in.
Yes, if you're going to put Baileys in, do it now. I'm really sorry, but I know Erin's going to enjoy it.
It's okay. I discovered that when I made a pavlova once.
Oh, yeah.
And the pavlova went wrong, and all the meringues sort of broke up.
You made like a Baileys
and I did, and I
eaten
just,
mess, didn't
yeah,
you?
I did. It was lovely, and then I put grated chocolate on the top. So.
It was good.
So now I make it on purpose. Like
Yes, well, you say that. I'm not sure.
But no, I do.
She's always tried to make the pavlova, and every time it turns out the Baileys.
No.
Skillfully missed it up.
Did it again.
Julie asked, do you score both long sides?
No.
So I've done it widthways, not long. I've done it along the width, and just the first one. It's just where you've got the tighter roll.
And we're getting again, people who love doing the chocolate cookies. Mary said, having a blast day. It's great seeing your mum with you and having fun. Pretzels fun.
Thanks.
Love cinnamon buns, brioche buns. Melanie said she missed the pizza making, so
that was a good one.
Yeah, you enjoyed that, and you're not really massively into pizzas, are you? I think it's because you can make a lot of our recipes. You can make them your own.
Yeah.
So if you like a thin base, you put a thin base on.
The soda bread was nice as well.
Yeah, soda bread, especially when we had no bread flour and things. It was a good one.
If you put Baileys in, do you fold it into the cream, or do you have to whisk it?
I just fold it in when I do mine.
There you go. The expert says fold it.
Just fold it in.
So I'm just spreading this out as evenly as I can. Actually, a palette knife. If you happen to have a palette knife, it would be good. But it doesn't matter if it looks a little bit messy, because when you've rolled it up, you're not going to see the inside.
Lindsay's asked, do I roll it straight from the oven or let it cool?
Let it cool.
So when I began, when it came out of the oven, I rolled it with the paper around it. So I let the paper go with it. And I just left it for a couple of minutes, just so it understood that I was going to make it roll later, because I think it's that intelligent. And then I unrolled it just so it could cool quite quickly. Right. Can we pass you a few things, Mr. Boozy Bake, if you don't mind? Thank you.
Can I borrow that one?
Yeah. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Right. So, I'll try and do this slowly. Mr. Beezy Baker, can you make sure people can see what I'm doing? Tell me if they can't. Right, you don't want to take the paper with you this time. So, I've got my hands underneath, and I'm going to roll. I'm going to push it down tightly. And then I'm going to keep the pressure on the paper. And I'm slightly pushing down. If you start running away from you, just put a hand on the edge, bring it towards you maybe, and just keep the pressure down.
Woohoo!
I think I just lost it on that end bit there. I think it cracked. Oh, did it go?
Don't.
I know.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. There we go. Sorry, just covering you in cocoa.
You had a nice long platter.
I do. I think I've packed up my nice long platter. There we go.
Let's keep it tucked in.
Yeah, it's this side started to lose it a little bit, but you can manhandle it a little bit.
I'll tuck it under.
So if I turn it round, and if you want, just so you can see the end, can they see the end from there? So if you want it to have nice tidy edges, just trim it on both sides. Actually, we could do that, couldn't we?
Well, we could try it then.
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
Emily's saying she can't stop her sister from licking everything.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sorry, I've got nothing prepared, no plates. Rubbish, aren't I?
All packed away.
They are all packed away.
Right, let's try it.
There you go.
See if it's any good.
Oh, Mr. Bougie Baker didn't get one.
Trim the other end.
I'll trim the other end for you in a minute.
You guys have made my day. Thank you for making this possible, from Lorraine.
You're very welcome. There you go, honey.
Great, enjoyed watching. We'll bake later from Lynn. Kim says thanks so much. Thoroughly enjoyed.
You're very welcome. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. And as I said, we're going
We
to.
might all be locked down by next weekend, mightn't we, the way it's going?
Oh, I think we should get you doing cheese straws with me because we're going to film that now
Oh,
and put it on. So you're going to get my mum for another week doing cheese straws. We haven't got any egg. Oh, we have got eggs in that. Yeah, we are. We're separating them again. I'll get you on that. But thank you ever so much for joining us. Do follow along on Facebook to see more of what we do. And if you could subscribe to YouTube, that would be amazing as well. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.